When medical science examines something like mad honey, the first question is not whether it is miraculous or dangerous. The first question is context. How is it used, in what amounts, by whom, and alongside what kind of lifestyle? Mad honey is a natural honey produced from nectar of certain rhododendron species. It has been used for centuries in specific regions, often in very small quantities, and usually as part of a broader cultural routine. Medical science does not dismiss this history. Instead, it treats traditional use as a starting point for structured observation. Long-standing use suggests something important, either benefit, risk, or both, but it does not replace controlled study. In modern medicine, balance is not a vague idea. It is measured through dosage, frequency, individual tolerance, and interaction with daily habits such as diet, sleep, and activity. When researchers look at mad honey, they are not asking if it is good or bad in isolation. They are asking how the body responds under specific conditions. Small amounts, occasional use, healthy individuals, and clear boundaries matter more than the substance alone. One key principle in medical research is moderation. Many natural foods contain biologically active compounds. Caffeine in coffee, alcohol in wine, and even sugar in fruit all have effects that depend heavily on amount and timing. Mad honey is no different. Medical science recognizes that natural does not automatically mean harmless, but it also does not mean dangerous by default. What matters is how the body processes it and whether use stays within predictable limits. Traditional knowledge often reflects this idea without formal measurements. In cultures where mad honey has been used historically, it was never consumed freely or in large amounts. It was respected, portioned carefully, and often taken with awareness of physical response. Modern science values this pattern because it aligns with how risk is managed clinically. Observe the response, adjust the amount, and avoid excess. Another important concept in medicine is observation over time. Health outcomes are rarely decided by a single exposure. They are shaped by repeated behaviors. This is why medical researchers study foods within lifestyle patterns. What does a person eat daily? How active are they? How well do they sleep? What is their baseline health? Mad honey, like many traditional foods, cannot be evaluated properly without this wider frame. When studies are designed, researchers look for signals, not stories. They examine cardiovascular response, nervous system effects, metabolism, and recovery time. They document both expected and unexpected reactions. This careful approach helps separate folklore from physiology. It also helps prevent exaggerated claims in either direction. Medical science also emphasizes individual variation. What one person tolerates well may affect another differently. Age, body weight, existing conditions, and medications all change how the body reacts. This is why clinicians avoid universal statements. Instead of saying something is safe or unsafe for everyone, they define conditions under which use may be reasonable or should be avoided. Balanced living, from a medical perspective, means integrating food choices into a stable routine. No single ingredient carries health on its own. Diet quality, mental health, physical movement, and social habits all interact. When mad honey is studied, it is viewed as a small part of a much larger picture, not a shortcut to wellness. It is also important to understand why medicine resists sensational language. Extreme claims create extreme behavior. Science aims to reduce harm by promoting clarity and proportion. Mad honey is neither a miracle cure nor a poison when understood correctly. It is a natural substance that requires respect, knowledge, and boundaries. Modern research frameworks increasingly acknowledge the value of traditional practices, not as proof, but as guidance. They show researchers where to look, what questions to ask, and how humans have historically managed risk without laboratory tools. This combination of tradition and science strengthens understanding rather than weakening it. In clinical practice, the goal is not to remove all risk from life, but to manage it intelligently. Balanced living does not mean avoiding everything with an effect. It means understanding those effects and choosing moderation. Mad honey fits into this framework when approached calmly and responsibly. As medical professionals, our responsibility is to replace fear and hype with informed perspective. When natural foods are discussed within context, dosage, and lifestyle, they can be understood without exaggeration. This is how science protects health while respecting history. Subscribe for trusted, science-first perspectives on traditional practices.